A machine that can banish these high ones. The mysteries of this world are endless, aren't they?
Yes, they are, aren't they? The mysteries of this world. They are endless. They are crazy. They are bullshit. Come on. Okay. Is this the way all the way up here? What's up, man?
Irrelevant. This madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already.
Oh, the beacon.
Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now. And how it can put an end to the cycle. It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence.
Okay. Yeah, here I thought it was going to be complicated.
It is complicated if you try to understand how it works. You know that the High Ones are not made of flesh and blood as we are. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light. The High Ones and the beacon.
Okay.
Yes. Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do, except that the banishing will be permanent.
Awesome.
Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base. They are what it draws its power from.
Big gems.
Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the High Ones will be undone, once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Nerimes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak.
Cool.
Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been honest to me, so I will do the same. Have you ever heard of the Night of the Thousand Fires?
No.
Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement in Kira called the Red Half Moon. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started questioning the reign of the Golden Queen, and thus the Lightborn themselves.
Well, that was a dumb mistake.
Correct, just as my son did. But other than him, they fought like cowards. Terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen. And if they killed her soldiers, they celebrated themselves as liberators.
They were smart.
However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them. Which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young keeper of barely 30 winters. None to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it once was on Narim. In Kira, we were ridiculed. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic.
Okay.
A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon spaces was supposed to be located, in a small coastal village. As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. You should have seen how they stared at us, as if we were plunderers. I should have seen by then that something was wrong.
So... yeah, it was a trap. Should burn that thing to the ground.
That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that.
Oh, really?
A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. I got nervous, because villagers are not, they bested us in numbers, and they had kettled us. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed.
Oh, darn it.
No, not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks and shepherd staffs, and we had shadow steel swords, let alone the fact that we were trained warriors. I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the day, 300 people were dead, and only 10 of them were keepers.
Fuck me, you went ham. Bit overkill.
Well, what better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there than a division of keepers who, out of pure wickedness, slaughtered an entire village, women, children included. If the people had already distrusted us before that distrust had turned into hatred, and nothing could have changed that, not even the Golden Queen's heralds. We set sail back to Enderal a week later. 2 years after that, the Red Half-Moon destroyed itself due to infighting. Ironic, isn't it?
Huh. Should have kept it calm, man.
I should have, yes. The Lightborn and the Grandmaster back at that time showed the compassion I wouldn't grant myself. But I learned one thing, and that is that I will never again let fears about my own life influence my decisions.
Good.
What happened in Kira was the consequence of my own cowardice, and my unwillingness to give my life for a just cause. That will never happen again.
Good. You were in prison for... oh, you were in prison for a long time.
Yes. Why do you ask?
Fuck me, that was a long time. Where were you kept prisoner?
In an old temple in the northern mountains of Narim. It was a bastion of our order before Narazul's armies conquered it after the Battle of Triomar. Ironic, I know.
Well...
they did. What are you getting at?
yeah, exactly, man.
A fair point. But in the future, just be upfront. I do not like such veiled remarks.
Shut up.
So, yes, my time in the prison was harsh. The hunger, the degradation, to name the most obvious. The worst, however, was the isolation. Ironically enough, that was the last thing I had expected, you know. From all the suffering there is, it seems so banal. But it isn't. You either find ways to cope with it, or it breaks you. Fortunately, I managed to do the former. For me, it was memories of the time before my incarceration, the prospect of what would come after it. They were my window into the outer world, so to speak. They reminded me that I was more than this deprived creature I had become in those dungeons.
Huh.
Strange. Everything seemed too bright, too unreal. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. I had difficulty talking to other people, and whenever I did, it felt as if the others were like wax figures. Like some cruel joke put in front of my eyes in order to mock me. Better. Our mission, my responsibility here as a leader, it has helped me to find my way back into the real world. What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman? If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to be right here, right now, doing what I do. In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to.
Alright, chill your fucking boots. Oh yeah.
What? Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Provided this is true, that means that the emissaries aren't just people who fight the cleansing. They are people who fight for it too. And that also means that whoever granted us our powers and our purpose isn't an enemy of the High Ones, but a neutral party. I beg your pardon. What? And the same goes for me? That's ridiculous. They wanted to deceive you, to sow discord. I saw the threat the cleansing posed before anyone else did.
Right, mate.
And without me, we would have never come that far. Something changed inside me since I fled from my prison. I feel it. And it is the same thing that made you a part of all this. Now, enough of this.
Well, you have self-importance. Up to your eyeballs, apparently. Alright, let's go see this woman, shall we? Whereabouts was she? She was... I don't know what quarter she was in. She's either in the marketplace or the nobles, I think. She's in an inn. But to be fair, she could be in the foreign quarters. There's an inn in there. But I couldn't see her sitting down with the riffraff of the peasants. There with the finer folk in life.
My Sir de Luna. And I thought...
You've gotta fill them, squeeze them, crack them open.
Watch yourself.
To
The
a great
streets aren't safe
big
this time of
nest,
day.
but I am hoping. Anybody can tell me what that's from. On a very odd day. We go. Foreign quarters.
Maybe she is staying with a riffraff. Maybe I was completely wrong. I was watching a children's program the other day. Obviously, my kids were watching it, and every time, like, it's like Peter Rabbit. The fox tries to get the rabbits. I know this is, you know, obviously nitpicking, and that, but ooh, hello, treasure hunter hunt. Interesting. But, like, the fox gets one of the rabbits, and he puts him in a pot, and he's gonna cook him. He wants to cook him alive for some reason. I mean, why doesn't the dude just break his neck and cook him? I mean,
yes. You should go into the whisper wood. I'll wait for you in the Undercity, in my laboratory. Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood and see what you can find in the old fortress. I'll wait for you in the Undercity, in my laboratory.
Well, there was clearly a struggle here.
Prophet, are you in there? Kiraj, what? Why? What have you done?
What did I do? Yeah,
Watch your
fucking
tongue,
convenient.
Shari. Be glad that the blood is already dry, or else you'd be nothing but a pile of bones by now.
You wanna go?
Forgive me.
No.
I just can't believe
No forgiveness.
anyone-
You wanna fucking go?
Shari? Yes, I know, Nea. But she was a good woman. We both know that we're not involved in this. So please tell me why you and Lashari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close? It's been a while since there was a man at Lashari's side.
No, we weren't close.
So why?
It was a traitor.
What? Then this bastard got wind of it.
It was clearly
Gosh, Lashari, why the secrecy? Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search.
Oh, I'm looking at the biggest clue right here. Right here. Some big guy who just walks in the room. Or maybe this sword is a clue. Wow, you've got some power to go through her, through the bed. Damn. Everything would be stealing. Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. A bit of magic. Wow, that that was a bit strong. Look. Anything? Nope. Anything? Nope. Anything? Nope. The golden ring. An axe. That'd be right. You feel what? Hey, do I have a random head corpse? We can speak to her. That would be brilliant. I don't. Coming up there. A couple of coins here and there. Coming up there. Nothing over here. Oh! Hello!
What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue.
Playing Scooby fucking Doo here.
No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order.
Okay.
Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, all right? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though he paid a high price for it.
Kinda wanna solve this murder? Like,
Potatoes, garlic, radish. Yeah, that should be it.
where's the innkeeper? I wanna speak to you.
Malfash's blessings.
Okay, we can't interrogate this guy.
May your path always be even.
Who's this guy?
War on Nirim. War on Kile.
Maid.
Madness.
May
fuck
your
is wrong with
path
us,
always be even.
I wanna interrogate people. Start slapping people around.
That's just how it is. Everything
Hmm?
in the old days. Well,
that's
just how he is. Always talking.
Ain't got a clue. Ain't got a clue. Okay. Strange horizon. Oh, knowledge. Well. Just the next step with Lexi. Oh, did I get the out beacon? No.
My sir.
Oh, my hand, it's gone all numb. This is what happens when you have a numb hand. Yeah, one of those protectory needs to protect my arm. Is it back up to Sun Temple? Yep. I'm going to take a
Walk blessed.
signpost there because
Yes.
there it is. Because aha! Because I've only got one scroll back to Sun Temple, and I kind of want to save that. I need to buy some more. What level are we now? I haven't even looked. Like, we have 4 memory points. Flats. Didn't realise that, but okay. We have 24 learning points. That's gonna be good. We're gonna ransack on either elemental or enthorium. I suppose we could put up sneak a little bit because sneak's terrible, or a bit of light armor maybe. We also have 11 crafting points. I guess we will. We're not gonna put pickpocketing because that's atrocious. Probably our speech, because everything else seems to be just I don't know. I haven't looked into everything else deep enough, and I don't think it's really worth it at the moment. Okay.
As if they've ever listened to me.
As if they've ever listened to me. Me of all people.
Ah, there you are.
Sounds like a
Yes.
suck-up bitch. Here we go, upstairs. Upstairs, around the corner.
Move
Go.
along.
Yes, move along. You move along yourself.
A machine that can banish these
Hello.
high ones.
If it isn't the
The
prophet,
mysteries
what's
of
wrong?
this world
You
are
look
endless,
troubled.
aren't they?
I know. Shah Rim has already told me. I hardly knew her, but it's horrible. Different ideologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. We need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon.
Okay.
Let's hope he knows what
At
he's
least as far as the sockets go, yes. In the old tablets you found in old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine. This
Black
is what
soul
we've been
gems?
asking ourselves over the past few weeks, and then it fell like pelt from our eyes. The Pyreans were talking about the Black Pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as Blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Octwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like.
Curse? Well, that's what's a legendary jewel.
Everything has a catch, and sometimes this catch is even upside down. But the stones weren't somehow enchanted, if that's what you're thinking. At least not by any known magical means. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Catua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations. According to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room and summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her.
Thou art my light,
Okay.
my glimmer at the
Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness do. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me.
Okay.
Not quite.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or lock it up somewhere safe, and eventually they fell into oblivion. Tell him your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course. We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic,
Hope he knows
and that
what
the
he's
High
doing.
Ones use them for their own purposes.
Oh, great.
Correct. The pearl's magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poisoned potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence.
Okay.
That's what we think, yes. Nothing else in this world possesses that much raw power.
Point me towards...
Which is why you will
these
find
gems.
them for us. That's right. But we don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will have prepared the relevant excerpts.
Cool.
Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And hurry. I take it you have already noticed this, but Nerimi's troops are roaming our land and building outposts, and the Red Madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
I'll find you 3 magic stones. Fill your boots.
The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
Okay. Oh, this is Crazy Man's place. Oh, I should have killed him. Could have gone into his room. I have to find a bed now, that's not good. Well, I'm going to end it here for today, guys, and then hopefully next time we're going to go find ourselves some magical stones, some black magical stones, and they will give us the power to vanquish these High Ones, and...
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Yes, I do, fuck you. And then all that jazz, so... I guess until next time. I always press that button. See you later, and goodbye.